Episode, air guns and passing channel. This is my son's BSA Ultra JSR, and this is the cocking arm right here. The pull on this for me, okay, as a grown adult, is easy for me, but for my son, I keep telling him, he can't stop in the middle of, cocking the bolt to advance the magazine to the next round. The magazine being right here. He struggles to pull it all the way back. So what I'm gonna do is play with the regulator. And there is a plug right here. Right here. This plug right here. BSA apparently does not want you to tamper with the hammer spring because the hammer spring is behind this cover right here. But in order to get to the hammer spring, I have to remove this plug. That's the first time I've ever seen BSA, Gamma. Well, it's a BSA, so it's from the BSA factory. Put an actual plug so you can't access the fastener that's underneath the cover. So that's my job right now. So remove that. And right here, we focus on top. There's a plug. You can adjust how the bolt pulls back by adjusting this. And I've adjusted it about as loose as I can. And that's not really it's not really making the bolt handle pull back a lot easier. I noticed on my BSA Ultra, which is actually the same action, it pulls back effortlessly, very little, pull back, but this one does pull back a little hard. So let me go in here and see what I can do to help him cock the gun without really fighting it, to cock it to the next round. So let me get busy doing that. Be right back. What I'm gonna have to do, by the way, I'm gonna have to remove the safety. You got C-clip there. I'm gonna remove the safety to get it out of the way from me removing the actual plug. I'm probably gonna have to end up drilling it and help pry it out, but we'll see. Now I went ahead and pulled the safety. There's the parts and the pin, and it was still in the way because the trigger was still in the way, so I had to pull that assembly out as well. The trigger assembly goes like that, right inside, curves in. There you have it. I'm putting that aside for now. Now I have full access to that plug. I want to focus in. Don't want to focus. These Apple iPhones. There. Okay, let's see what I can do. Remove that plug. Okay. I should be able to pull this right out. There you go. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get to. There's an Allen bolt down there. Okay. On to the next step. Now I'm able to remove the whole trigger assembly. And that's what I need to get to this cover right here. Inside that cover is the hammer spring. So that's the next step. I'm ready to degas the cylinder. I'm gonna go ahead and bump the reg up a little bit. If I bump the reg up, that means I can adjust it with the hammer spring. So that's my trying to balance everything out. All right, here's the reg, UMA reg. We're gonna adjust it. I have a UMA reg regulator pressure tester right here. So now what I gotta do is screw this on, like so. Yeah. Turn this camera around. Okay. Just like that. And then you reassemble everything. Look at this 60cc cylinder. Ta-da! This reg tester is for BSA air guns only. So now I can fill this up. See exactly where the reg is set at. Should be 100 bar. Right back. So it's set at 120 bar right there. You see it, boys and girls, 120 bar. I don't want to raise it up any higher than that. I'm just gonna go in and play with the hammer spring to see what I can get from that. It's 120 bar, or roughly 1800 PSI is where the actual regulator is set at. So let me play with the hammer spring, see what I can do. So in order to access the hammer spring, you got to turn this, pick this off right here, and it's obvious BSA does not want you going in here to tamper with the hammer spring. So this tool here I got from England. Can't think of the name of the company, but you actually I had to remove the cocking bolt. This goes on the end like so, and I already loosened it up, you know, before I even turn my video on, and I use these pair of like channel lock pliers. You basically have to squeeze it together tight and then turn it at the same time. See, it's recessed. This tool right here is recessed, and it fits over that cover, and then by compression like that, squeezing with those pliers, I was able to remove or loosen this end cap right here. There you have it. And that is where you adjust the hammer spring on this, on these BSAs. There you go, like that. It's slotted. One right here, one up here. It basically uses a screwdriver for the most part to control your FPS. So I'm gonna see what happens when I loosen it up counterclockwise to decrease the hammer hit on the valve. Should make it a lot easier to cock. And here it is all put back together. I had to end up using a different spring other than the factory spring, so I had to retune the gun, but it pulls a lot easier now. Gotta have my son practice this so he understands you gotta pull the bolt all the way straight back without pausing. I'm sure he'll get it. So there it is. Sharing is caring. You folks stay safe, shoot straight, make pellet or slug. Hit his target. See you next episode, Air Guns and Pesting Channel. See ya.